Hello everybody, this is Robert Adams. Today I'm going to be going over two Chapter 11 projects. The first one, the BMI calculator, and the second being the home mortgage interest app. So starting with the BMI calculator, we're going to input a weight, a height, and it's going to compute our BMI and give it to us with a decimal number after it as well. So 23.1, vice versa. So let's look at the strings here. We have the title here, the BMI calculator, the weight, height, and computation of the BMI, as well as the for the button, and the description for the image and the text for the BMI number. Over in the Activity Main XML tab, we have the layout at the top, and then we have the text views for the title, the weight, the height, and down here the button and the image for that first BMI 1 that's in the drawable folder right here. As you can see, I have it set for red on the title, and as well the number input types for the weight and the height so that you can only type in numbers. Going over to the main activity class, we have the layout right here, and the integers for the weight and height declared right there. Over here we have the weight and height, the button, and the shared preferences right here that we're going to store these inputs into memory. It's going to take our input right here after you click. It's going to take the weight and the height, and it's going to put those in these two shared preferences keys in memory. And then it's going to start the BMI number class right here. So this is what it looks like. Not much to see on that page, but when you go into the code, we got the layout again. We got the text views for the title and the BMI number, as well as the image at the bottom for BMI 2, which is right there in the drawable folder. Let's go ahead and go to the BMI number class. Right here we have the same thing set in the shared preferences. It's going to take those two keys from the weight and height, and it's going to display them as floating decimal numbers. And the calculation to get the BMI itself, it takes the weight, multiplies it by 703, and it divides it by the height squared, and that gives you the actual BMI number. And so this is how it's put in there, and the pattern right here, it's going to be displayed as a decimal format, and it's going to tell you at the text your body mass index is. It's going to give you whatever that number is, and it's going to display the BMI 2 picture, and that's in the drawable folder as well. So let's go through and make sure we see everything. This is what it looks like on that first page. Let's go ahead and run this application. Alright, so in the book we have 152 for the weight and 68 for the height. So your body mass index is 23.1. That's that decimal place after I was telling you about earlier. Let's give it a couple of different numbers here. 23.7. And one more number. 25.8. So, looks like this application works. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So for the home mortgage interest app, this one's going to be similar to the BMI calculator, except it's going to add a few extra details. The main one being that there's going to be an extra text view for you to type in the initial principal for this home mortgage, as well as the number of years and the monthly payment. There's your button and the image and text down here at the bottom. Go ahead and go to the Activity Main class. Right here we have the layout, the text view for that title, the edit text for the payment right here. As you can see, this is set as a number decimal so that you can enter a decimal point in there. Here's the years set as a number. Principal set as a number decimal. The button for the interest. And the image for the mortgage, which is right here. Let's go ahead and go into the main activity class. Right here we have the decimal for the payment, the years for the integer, and the principal set as a decimal. Both of those are set for the floating numbers, and this one's set for the integer. Down here you can see that the payment, the years, and the principal are going to be put in the shared preferences memory storage. Once you click, it's going to take those and it's going to put them right here in the key 1, key 2, and key 3 shared preferences editor. And then it's going to start the interest class. Over here in the activity interest class, we have the layout as well as the text title, the text interest paid, and the image for the loan years. Depending on which loan you choose, 10, 20, or 30, it's going to display the correct one there. And then the actual interest class. So right here we have the way that you get this payment is you're going to have to do this calculation right here. So we'll have to do some tests just to make sure that works correctly. Basically it's going to be the monthly payment, and that's going to be multiplied by the number of years times 12, because you want to get the monthly payments. So you need to know how many months, and this is the calculation to get those months. And then you're going to minus it by the principal, the initial principal amount, decimal format right there. So right here you can see where these shared preferences are taken from memory, and that's where it's going to get that total interest paid. And so right here you can see if you choose a 10-year mortgage, it's going to display the 10 right here over in the drawable folder. It's going to show you a picture of a 10, and the same thing with a 20 and a 30. Each of these all in the drawable folder. If you choose anything else other than a 10, 20, or 30-year loan, it's going to display this text right here to tell you that you need to choose one of those numbers. So let's go ahead and look at these. This is what the first page looks like right here. And this is the second page. So let's go ahead and run this application. Alright, so we have the Home Mortgage Interest app. Let's go ahead and type in these numbers. In the book we have 982.77 with the number of years at 30 and the initial principal amount of $125,000. Compute. Home mortgage interest, total interest paid, $228,797.22. Displayed in that currency amount right there. And you can see the 30-year loan picture set right there. So let's go ahead and test a few different numbers here. Go ahead and give it some even numbers. 985 at 20 years for $120,000. Right here we got total interest paid $116,400 with a 20-year symbol. I'm going to go ahead and do the calculation here just to make sure that we have this set right. So as you can see, we're going to take, first we're going to decide the months. So 20 years times 12, 240 months. And we're going to multiply that by the initial payment here for the monthly payments, so $985, and then we're going to minus the principal, the original principal amount, gives us $116,400, which is exactly right there. And then one last time here. Total interest paid $24,000 for a 10-year loan. And then one more, let's go ahead and give a 15. Enter only 10, 20, or 30-year loans. So as you can see, all of that works as expected. And that is it for both of these applications. I hope you enjoyed it.